It's okay. Off your mic. It's okay. She off your mic.
Chai! Now wow, people wey suppose talk through to power don't off mic. And if we talk, now 500,000 they go summer us, call them hate speech. But fear not, Maiyegun don't come. Him go torchlight every corner, nooks and cranny of all these bad people where they spoil our country. So my people make we loud, oh, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo. My people make we shout, oh, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo. Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses, oh, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo. Maiyegun Diary Politico, Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo. This one not the off in mind, oh, Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo. And in the touchlight every corner, oh, Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo. Okay, some people be they holla say they want the power. Chai, them be promise us say we go get light and power. Nah. Them hustle sote they can't get the power. But now they know they do anything with the power. Every day, dollar just they get the higher power over naira. See them talk say make we off mind, but thank God say Maiyegun don't come. So my people make you loud, oh, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo. My people make we shout, oh, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo. Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses, oh, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo. Maiyegun Diary Politico, oh, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo. This one not they off in mind, oh, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo. Person where they do evil, no one make person talk. Them say that Maiyegun, that man too they talk. He too they talk. Say Maiyegun Diary, he they hot like pepper. But every day then they take money in bulk. Woman picking, they the street they hawk. Still them talk say make we no talk. But thank God say Maiyegun don't come. So my people make you loud, oh, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo. My people make you shout, oh, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo. Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses, oh, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo. Maiyegun Diary Politico, oh, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh. Maiyegun làwa mọ̀, làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun number one. Maiyegun làwa mọ̀, làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun number one.
Good evening to you, good morning to you, good afternoon to you from wherever you are watching from. This is Maiyegun live.
Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun number one. Gbogbo bó ṣe ń lọ ni Maiyegun já wa sí. Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun number one. Àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í bò níbẹ̀ o. Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun number one. Bó bá ṣe eré, àní Maiyegun máa wí. Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun number one. ó sì tún ṣe eré wàá gbọ́ níbẹ̀ o.
Ẹ kú ọjọ́ mẹ́ta.
Maiyegun Diary, Politico.
And if you have been following the news as well, you probably have heard about this that I'm about to talk about, yeah? But you'll get to know more because there's always more to what the news reports. So share the broadcast. Invite your friends. Invite your not so friendly friends and tell them that
Maiyegun àní ẹ̀sùn rà kì í. Maiyegun ti dé.
Malamala.
Mo bójú ayé o, ayé ṣá malamala.
Mo máa bójú ọ̀run òkùnkùn ló ṣubúlẹ̀.
Mo máa bójú ọ̀run òkùnkùn ló ṣubúlẹ̀ o.
Mo ní ẹ̀ẹ́rẹ́ yìí o. Kí ni dé sí Yorùbá o ọmọ aráyé? Kí ni ṣẹlẹ̀ sí Yorùbá o ọmọ Oòduà o?
Yeyeyeyeyeyeye, àwa máa ṣe ọ̀rọ̀ ńlá ń bẹ. Yorùbá ń ṣera wọn nítorí owó. Yorùbá ń jìra wọn lẹ́sẹ̀ nítorí ipò. Wọ́n gbẹ̀mí fáláre, wọ́n gbáre pẹ́lẹ́bí. Wọ́n kò lè kó wájà, wọ́n tún kó lóko wá mú. Ọgbọ́n tí wọ́n gbọ́n ló gbé wọn délé ọlá. Ọgbọ́n náà ló tún padà wá sí lé wọn mọ́lẹ̀ o. Àwọn tí wọ́n ti ń ṣọ̀gá lọ́jọ́ tó ti pẹ́ tún padà wá dẹni à ń fọwọ́ tì sẹ́yìn o. Yóò Yorùbá yoyoyo bí iná alẹ́. Yorùbá rúrúrú bí omi òkun. Yorùbá bàbá ni bàbá ń ṣe. Yóò Yorùbá ronú o.
Yorùbá sọra wọn di bọ́ọ̀lù fáráyé gbá.
Wọ́n bá gbá wọn sókè, wọ́n tún gbá wọn sísàlẹ̀ o. Ẹ̀yà tí ó ti kéré tẹ́lẹ̀ ni wọ́n gé kúrú. Àwọn tí àrèfẹ́jọ́ tún ti dẹni àtijọ́. Yorùbá jókòó sílẹ̀ rẹ̀gẹ̀dẹ̀ wọn fọwọ́ lọ́wọ́. Bí àgùntàn tí abọ́ rẹ̀ ń gbòrìṣà ilẹ̀ o. Yóò Yorùbá ronú o.
Oríkì màí ború títí kó bógún ọdún lẹ́yìn òkùnkùn bèrèbèrè ìmọ́lẹ̀ yàtọ̀ o. Ẹ jẹ́ ká pọ̀ Olódùmarè ká pọ̀ Balùwàyé káyé wa lè dùn ní ìgbẹ̀yìn lálàyò ilẹ̀ mọ́ pé ìyá o.
Ilẹ̀ dákun gbà wá o.
Ilẹ̀ ọ̀gẹ́rẹ́ àfọkọ́yẹrí. Alákòókà ó tẹ́rẹ̀ẹ́rẹ́ kábì. Ọ̀gbaragàdà bí ẹni yèyé mi ọmọ darúpalẹ̀ àdúgbò. Òjijì tí ka ìkàlẹ́ nù mọ́. Àtẹ ìka ọkọ tí a pèlẹ̀. Ọ̀gbàmùgbàmù ojú Olódùmarè ò mà ṣe gbàmù lọ́wọ́ ayé.
Àwa gorí ilẹ̀ yìí pẹ́ o.
Ẹni bá dalẹ̀ abalẹ̀ lọ ò
Gẹ́gẹ́ o. Àwa gorí ilẹ̀ yìí pẹ́ o.
Odùduwà bá wa túnlẹ̀ yìí ṣe òtún.
Owó tọmọ o. Àwa gorí ilẹ̀ yìí pẹ́ o.
Odùduwà dá wa láre o ká sì máa
Rere jẹ́ o. Àwa gorí ilẹ̀ yìí pẹ́ o.
thank you. I have a bit of caption on this broadcast tonight, and I also have the body of the broadcast as well, which is the description of the broadcast itself. They are of different topics as well. So we're going to be taking them in batches, one after the other. The first one we're going to treat tonight, that we will have to shed more light into tonight, is like a warning. And that one has to do with our own man, Oloye Sunday Igboho. You probably have read it in the newspaper online in Nigeria that a court in Nigeria has now nullified the judgment that Oloye Sunday Igboho's lawyer secured last year when the Nigerian government attempted to kill him and failed. Without any court order or search warrant, they invaded his house in an effort to kill him. So he sued them and he won. A court in Ibadan, an high court in Ibadan gave a judgment in favor of Oloye Sunday Igboho against the Daura Secret Service, the Nigeria DSS, who came to assassinate him. Now, he had a judgment of 20.5 billion naira, which were on, one, the damages caused or done to his properties, where they said they came to arrest someone for whatever reasons, but they were in his house, destroying his properties, his cars, his house, his valuables and all that, and they were stealing from him. They stole a cash of 2 million naira. They stole a cash of over 1,000 euro, and as well as other expensive jewelries that are probably never going to be declared. So the court awarded the sum of 500 million naira for those damages. Then for an attempt on his life, and at the same time, the infringement on his fundamental human rights. I mean, he's a Nigerian. Shouldn't he be kind of protected enough that rather than them go and, in the middle of the night to assassinate him, they could have treated him as a Nigerian who has right, but none of us has any right in that contraption. And every day they show us that, or maybe because you haven't become a victim, it may be so difficult for you to process, but continue to listen. So he sued them, and the court awarded the damages of 20 billion naira in his favor. The sum that was supposed to be paid in 30 days. I am talking about last year, last year, October, when that judgment came. Now, Nigeria DSS, Daura Secret Service, they had an opportunity to appeal that same judgment, but they didn't. They had a chance of appealing the judgment. I think their law says 30 days, between 30 days and 90 days. I'm not sure. But they always had that ample time to what? To fight that. They didn't. Rather, they came to the same court this year, 2022, to plead for more time because Nigeria is broke. If they should take out 20.5 billion naira and pay Sunday Igboho, yeah, they were going to go bankrupt. So the court should give them time. And it was, in fact, the court that summoned them to come and give reasons why they should not be committed into prison for, what's they call that thing in law? Just like not obeying the court judgment. Now, they came to plead for more time, which means the time for them to appeal the judgment was over, far long gone. But it is Nigeria. Today, they finally got the judges that could do the job for them. 3 judges, right? The lead judge in this appeal of almost a year after. Yeah, the judge is called I'll go and look for his name. Anyway, I'll tell you very soon. They managed to get 3 judges from northern Nigeria that could lift that penalty against this DSS, and that is just the beginning. Remember, after attempting to kill Igboho, and they killed 2 innocent people in his house, they declared him wanted. For what? For what crime? They said because he had guns in his house. He had guns in his house. And therefore, and those guns, according to them, were on license. Igboho came out and said, I've never seen those guns before. Yes, they took my pump action. They took my double barrel gun. Those are my own guns, and they have licenses, and they know. Every other thing they displayed, they should go and tell the world where they found them. They are not mine. So they declared him wanted. That's why he went to court. And remember, it was because the Daura Secret Service in Nigeria declared Igboho wanted for asking Yorubas to stand up against this invading Fulani terrorists in Yoruba land. So they declared him wanted. So he went to court. And because they declared him wanted, that was the same thing they give to their Interpol that arrested Oloye Sunday Igboho in Benin Republic. You know the story. Now, Igboho getting that judgment from Nigeria, it's eased up his legal clearance and chances anywhere in the whole world, right? But that judgment is what they are still coming for. But the first part, the money part, which they found the 3 judges to do that for them. Now today, the judges said, like they will say in Yoruba, right? Kilagbe, kileju. Because they killed 2 people. You said Nigeria should pay 20 billion. That doesn't make any sense. So because of that, I'm nullifying that. Meanwhile, DSS want the court to nullify all the judgments, including the one that said Nigeria should not go after Oloye Sunday Igboho because he's done nothing. This was the template used in negotiating in Benin Republic that why are you holding an innocent man? Even the Nigeria that told you that they wanted him, they cannot come to Benin Republic and present any facts or any evidence of why they wanted him. They just wanted you to take him like they did to Nnamdi Kanu and bring him back like a trophy for Bokwari and his cabal that are indeed aiding and abetting the terrorists that have invaded the southern Nigeria too. So on the ground that a court has already, sort of cancelled this wanted or not wanted of a thing. Now, the bottom line is this. If you have not forgotten, like they've plotted a long time ago, Oloye Sunday Igboho's involvement in the awakening of Yorubas, even non-Yorubas alike, on the danger that is lurking around us while Nigeria continue to look away. That moment when he made that declaration, that automatically put a target on his back. And meanwhile, his coming out did not just raise the awareness of the people, the alertness of Yorubas all over the world, that this is real. Forget about what you are being told. I have seen it. Now look at this, look at that. And then Nigeria came hard on him. This kept many Yorubas worldwide more interested in what is going on in Yoruba land. Therefore, that swelled the rank of Yoruba nation campaigners. Why? Because it became obvious that you have to choose between your life or your land if you want to succeed or survive in the Bokwari's Nigeria, in the APC, Egbekegbe's Nigeria. But they couldn't have done this much as well to Oloye Sunday Igboho and others without the collusion and support of those who are supposed to be the Yoruba political leaders or political players. For political exigencies, for political reasons, it is not in any way profitable, right? For any Yoruba politician, be it PDP, APC, to associate themselves with the level of marginalization brought about by the APC, especially on the level of security. Many of them are seriously afraid to publicly identify with Yorubas and the problems in Yoruba land. So, if a Yoruba young man says there should be no Fulani cows anywhere, who gave him that backing? It must be his political leaders there. So how would they prove to them that they are not those who are backing Igboho or giving him confidence? How would the Yoruba politicians prove that to Bokwari, their Lord and Saviors? Or to northern Nigeria, where the elite there have already sacrificed the peace of their own people for the comfort of the terrorists that they have now made or asked us to accept as part of us, whether we like it or not. How would they convince them that they were not the ones, in fact, sponsoring Igboho? The only way they could prove that was never to stop them when they come for every Yoruba standing up, asking questions or standing up and fighting back. It became more complicated because identifying with the Yoruba problems in this case, in fact, being truthful with it and honest with it, means that you are going to offend the political elite of the North, the political elites of the North, rather. So this was the Cold War ongoing. That then paved way for this Fulani-led Daura Secret Service to invade Oloye Sunday Igboho's home. And they all kept quiet. Why? How did I know that? What Igboho was asking for was meant to be the same thing that those who claimed to love Yoruba land and their opportunity to be in position of authority right now in Nigeria, sitting where they are discussing, supposedly, the Nigeria project, where they are representing the Western Nigeria, it's become so obvious that they are in on it, and Igboho was going to be a big barrier, especially their 2023 ambitions. So yeah, fine, take him out. And that was why, if you look around you today, you will realize that the people who are indeed supporting the killings at Igboho's home or asking for Igboho's head, they are mostly Yorubas. Why? Because they are political leaders, right? They have shown enough nonchalant attitude already, except for the optics and political, what do you call it, the political cameras and all that stuff, statements and all that. But doing what they say is absolutely not theirs. And Igboho coming around to almost want to force them to do what is right, which will cost them a lot in the scheme of things. So they looked away. They didn't protect him. Therefore, if their leader says it is no time for Yoruba nation, it is no time for Yoruba protection, it is no time for all of this whole thing that people are complaining about, then so be it. There's no time for it. Whoever is talking about it should be considered to be on his own. So sadly, Igboho's attack was more facilitated by the attitude of the Yoruba politicians, as we speak. So now let's fast forward. Igboho ended up in Benin Republic, which on its own, it's a kind of a win for the Yoruba politicians. Why? Immediately they exiled Igboho. That automatically had an adverse effect on the fast-growing movement for the emancipation of the Yoruba race out of the current contraption that they have told us is non-negotiable. That's really, really adversely affected the whole thing. You know that. So to them, maybe that is it. Then somehow, maybe their ambitions to be in charge of Nigeria will likely come true this time around, as Igboho continued to say, I am never going to be part of the Nigeria project. Even if a Yoruba man is the president of Nigeria, I will stand by the Yorubas to demand for their leave from Nigeria. So that is not good. No, it's not. Still, Igboho is left unprotected, right? Rather, he is being left to be ridiculed, attacked, naked, and dismantled so that they can laugh and scorn him. You know why? Because they have a bigger and better thing than the progress, safety, and the prosperity of Yoruba land, which is their own ambitions, guaranteed. If they stay to the cause, if they stay truthful to Nigeria, they are likely going to be rewarded with something bigger than what they have been rewarded already for lying to Yorubas that they are representing Yorubas in the project Nigeria. So here it is. Igboho didn't die in a Benin Republic prison. Buhari's government couldn't extradite him back to Nigeria. That is, to get him taken by force back to Nigeria on trumped up charges just for standing up. That didn't work, but he's exiled. Somehow, for now, that's better. Then surprisingly, Igboho got released. All of the political, diplomatic abracadabra that they tried, tricks behind the scenes, some of them that I'm actually aware of or privy to. Igboho is out, now speaking, sending messages to the fellow Yorubas worldwide every time he has that chance, reminding us that a delay is not denial. That if not for the saboteurs, the saboteurs within, there will be no chance for the saboteurs without. If those who claim to be educated in Yoruba land have become so compromised just because of whatever Nigeria is going to give to them for being loyal at the expense of us, the young, the old in Yoruba land, which every one of us can attest to, the degradation, the destruction, the backwardness they brought upon us. Now, the destruction of the education of our own children, the future that they know is not there, but promising you and I, educated people, they decided to go for what indeed pays their bills and takes care of their own family. And they can then tell you, how could somebody that is not so educated be talking about Yoruba nation until educated people, meanwhile, every one of those who swore that they are speaking for you, be it lawmakers, or be it governors, or pastor, president, or godfathers here and there, or religious leaders here and there, opinion molders here and there, and elder statesmen, as you call some of them, that swore every day and night that they are speaking for you, they are fighting for you. At the end of the day, you figure it out that they are not fighting for you. They are indeed keeping you tamed. And Igboho to them is an irritant that they can do without. Indeed, and the status quo can continue, giving you the hope that don't worry, it may be bleak today. Don't worry, it's going to be better tomorrow. Don't rush it, but it's not going to be better. They know it. So where are they? Educated people, all of you educated people. So Igboho will continue to remind you, the only saving grace we have is when you all remember who you are. We will remember where we come from. This false identity, right, can only last as much as it can, but it will never last longer. The lifetime. Especially when you look at the framework, when you look at the foundation of what Nigeria is built on, then you will agree that no matter how long our pretense is, trust me, they are never, ever going to last longer than what you have witnessed so far. So what happened? This guy is still free. He is still talking. And we know why he is currently being housed by Talon. Talon himself is not a democratic person. Trust me. If you all remember, it is not their court that released Oloye Sunday Igboho. Oloye Sunday Igboho was released on the discretion of Talon, the president of Benin Republic. Now, the president of Benin Republic, from his own track record, is not a democratic person himself. His own utterances and his way, for those who know better, can always give you the red flag that if he gets the right deal from Nigeria, especially the pressure they are now mounting to permanently find a way to get rid of Igboho before their 2023 election. I'll tell you what they plan to do. And Talon, I personally still believe, cannot really be trusted. Right? He said something. He said, democracy, that's Talon. He said, democracy as defined by the West can never work in Africa because the African tradition and culture, in a way, doesn't give total control, or let me say, doesn't give much control as West is demanding to the people, as they always want to say, democracy is, of the people, government by the people, and all that stuff. That will keep law and order in Africa, democracy will have to take a back seat sometimes. He is unraveling too. And when he made this statement just about a day or so ago, today, Nigerian courts first removed the fine against DSS, which is pretty much illegal, if you ask me. Then they are coming for more. Once they lift this, the part where they said is wanted or is no longer wanted, you can begin to smell the coffee of the desperation of those who plotted to kill Igboho for their 2023 ambition, but that failed. They exiled him. Now, the momentum is building back again because people now know that Igboho is alive, hale and healthy and free. And his influence is what? Is brewing back. And this is the danger they sensed. Even though they considered, I'm talking about APC, Egbekegbe, Tifnumbu and gang, they considered Yoruba land as their sanctuary. But politically, it is not. Even in their own flopped and so flawed, political system and electoral system, APC can only control maybe about 45% of the riggable and rigging voters in Yoruba land. They don't even have the control over half of their own voters as registers or as rigged as whatever. They never have any control anywhere. But you see, Tifnumbu being a Yoruba man and shouting Ulokon, at this point, I can tell you this for free, right? Before this point, before this day, the pressure on the campaigners for the self-determination or independence of Yoruba nation out of Nigeria, they have received a lot of batching, attack, divisive and all of that from Tifnumbu's camp. When I talk about, I'm not talking about a fight. I'm talking about a financial inducement, which has created its own division among different camps of different groups, campaigning for Yoruba nation. And that is why you probably will be surprised, or you shouldn't, when you see some section of those who are campaigning for Yoruba nation 6 months ago, a year ago, and today they are now campaigning for Yoruba local and giving an excuse that, listen, if it's concerning Nigeria, it is Yoruba. And then if it's not about Nigeria, then it's about Yoruba nation. Trying to paint that kind of confusing picture. All these inducements have started over 6 months ago. In fact, it created a division in Ilano Oodua for those who have been following things. To the point that it got to a stage. They staged a coup against the leadership of Ilano Oodua, Tifnumbu and gang. True story. The effort was then to tell them to tone it down. Tone it down. You see, this Yoruba nation of a thing, we also support it. Tifnumbu, in fact, support Yoruba nation as well. But you see, this is the time for Yoruba to lead Nigeria. So let us do that first, okay? Then we can continue Yoruba nation after. I'm saying this thing because I am aware of all those meetings and the people that participated and people who said yes and those who said no in the struggle for Yoruba self-determination campaign that many of you have seen all, and you continue to see. Among the people who said no to most of these offers comes from Oloye Sunday Igboho and this Baba Alano and the Deputy Alano. Facts. And therefore, it was concluded, for those who said yes, it was concluded that those Baba, they have no interest of Yoruba land at heart. And they have to go. And some of you may not hear about those rokos then. It was maintained, and it became an issue at some point. Why? Tifnumbu's money. Tifnumbu's people. Tone it down. Calm down. Don't be enemy of your brother. Tifnumbu is a Yoruba man, at least for now. Let us all, this effort is not working because, and I believe most of the time, That was when Igboho always come out and you read deadline. Yoruba nation is our only saving grace. All Yoruba must stand up. And Nigeria is, I don't know many of you have seen some of those headlines in the last few days, last few weeks, coming from Oloye and then Ilano and all those. Those are like the pushback to say, no, we are not for you. We are not for all this mess. No, we are not going to take all those bribes and all that. I don't know how long they can hold on to, because the pressure is beyond, they say first they will fight you. First, I'm going to quote something to you. When you are fighting for something right, yeah, the first thing, they will ignore you. Like, it's irrelevant. It's just looking for attention. When it becomes serious, right, then they will try to befriend you. And say, you see, what you are doing is very good. You are doing a good job. I love the fact that you are fighting, that stuff, Then they will try to bribe you by telling you that, you see, your idea is good, but the way you are going about it, is not that. Let's show you how to go about it. Then they will try to bribe you. If you reject that, then the next thing, they will try to smear you by telling people that you are fraud, you are fake. In fact, you are only looking for all those things. They will do all of that. If that fails, then they will try to attack you. Now, if they try to attack you and that didn't work either, my brothers and sisters, they will try to kill you. Now, trying to kill you will come in different forms, including everyone around you. That's how it works. That's how the system works. Igboho can tell you about this. He can tell you all of this. He could have avoided all of this when they brought their offer to tell him that what you are doing is good, but no, don't do it now. It's going to cause a problem. You can do it later. You get what I mean? And he rejected that, and he brought up all this. So what you have now is going to be a serious country to country, coordinated capture, put it that way. Because according to them, Igboho asking and continuing to ask the Yorubas to stand up is not different from Tifnumbu. Yeah? I mean, it's not different from Tifnumbu saying, make me president. Okay? And I will break up Nigeria. Yoruba will have their country. To those who have always been suspecting Tifnumbu, even though they know that he has no such power. Not that he has such intention anyway. So how would they prove that? So it's going to now be a completely state-coordinated illegal effort. Somebody said Oloye Sunday Igboho should have left the Benin Republic before now. You will be right. But at the same time, that is not going to make us overlook the fact that Oloye Sunday Igboho, a Yoruba man who was comfortable in his own right, as you can attest to as well, decided to respond to the SOS call of the abandoned people of Okeogun, Ibarapa, Ayete, Egongon, the areas that have become the den of Fulani terrorists. He responded to their SOS and he made it public. He fought for them. He spoke out for them, right? And the people there, in fact, confessed to his gallantry and his quick response as well. That offended not just the owners of Nigeria, including those who believe that they own Yoruba land and the Yoruba people, because they are opportune to be in the Nigeria established political offices that never served anyone but themselves and their masters that guaranteed their continued servitude to that contraption. Do you get my story? Exactly. So now, to prove that they are not indirectly still involved, they would have to get involved now in dealing with Oloye Sunday Igboho, dealing with every one of you that is bold enough and not Omoalis, a common cause, who have been bold enough to stand up and stand out, right? To represent the campaign for the Yoruba emancipation, as we have all come to know. So that is just to tell you that this is just at the beginning. In the next couple of days and weeks, right? I don't want to be among those that is going to probably wake up to any surprise if no action is taken right now. I said something. I said, somehow, to fight the system that is hell-bent in protecting terrorists and going after activists, then you must know that it's like you are fighting the devil. You have to put in everything you have. No resources is to be spared. In this case, when they came for Oloye Sunday Igboho the first time, remember, like I said, the people that mocked him, that laughed, most of those who indeed celebrated the attack on him were mostly Yorubas. They were asking, why didn't he disappear? Why didn't he control guns? Why didn't he do that or this or that? You know why? Those were the people who felt like if Oloye Sunday Igboho was not stopped by their crooked political criminal leaders, right? What he is doing is going to lead to a serious revolution in Yoruba land that will force Nigeria, including your political representatives, to demand for an immediate leave of the Yoruba out of Nigeria. Something that will be so spontaneous and so threatening to this current, fragile Nigeria. So they wanted their leaders to do something. Kill him, arrest him, give him Nnamdi Kanu to do whatever. They were comfortable that their leaders should do something. Now today, they are not comfortable anymore. They are not really laughing anymore. But their leaders are so. They are not done as well. Oloye Sunday Igboho being so close to Nigeria there right now is a threat to their 2023 elections. I can give you this for free as well. It has become a big threat that something had to be done and you cannot spare or indeed exclude Tifnubu from all of this. You cannot spare or exclude the entire political class of Yoruba land right now from this. Because for Igboho to continue to demand that Yoruba should demand for a leave out of Nigeria at this crucial time is a threat to the empire that they have built over you. The empire that they built with your destiny, the destiny and this destiny of future of your own children. No matter how much or whatever they have told you, they brought this danger, they brought this destruction upon us, this poverty. I don't know many of you who have known this before or not. No matter what Nigeria has told you or whatever those liars and those people have told you, right? Yoruba land, after northeast of Nigeria, after Zamfara, Yoruba land is as poor. The Yoruba people, we are as poor as the people of Zamfara. We do believe that. Yoruba people, under these rogues, we are as poor as the people of Northeast, Borno, and the rest. This is data. I'm talking about statistics that they are hiding from you, telling you that your life are better, or your lives are better in any way than the rest of the impoverished North. No, you are not. Your life is not. They have ruined more lives than they have helped. In all of this, they were helped to do all of that to us because of Nigeria. So I just want to let you know this. Have it at the back of your mind, or at the back of your heart, as they say, yeah? What you heard today is just a tip of what they are still coming up with before their 2023 charade. And I've always had my own reservation about all the legal team that have been pushing this all this while. Somehow, they ended up playing into the hands of the same system that they were supposed to have known better. In fact, to have devised a better means of preventing this from happening at all. Every resources in their toolbox should have been deployed. I can tell you this for free as well. We are yet to see the shock that will probably shock us more than the day that they went to Oloye Sunday Igboho's house and he escaped being killed that day. There's more shock that awaits us at this point. Now leave it at that. Now let's take a little detour. Remember Abba Kyari, the man that was working with Poppy. Do you remember him? Of course you do. Now, Abba Kyari, who happened to be named in the FBI investigation that led to the arrest of Poppy in Dubai. From their investigation, they found a role played by Abba Kyari. Now, who is Abba Kyari? Just as a reminder for some of you who probably don't remember him. Well, Abba Kyari is the Super Robocop, a serious gang leader who is also the leader of the Nigeria Inspector General of Police Special Police Squad, set up to fight, violent crimes, armed robbery, terrorism, and all those stuff, kidnapping and all that. Now, Abba Kyari became known and popular because he happened to be the one, right, even dressed neat, all that stuff, to have apprehended 2 major kidnapping kingpins in Nigeria. I mean, he arrested Evans, the kidnapper. You remember Evans, kidnapper? I bet you do. Then he also arrested Wadume, another kidnapper from Benue. And these were those declared wanted. Wadume was declared wanted. Evans, the kidnapper, was arrested by Abba Kyari's team called Special Squad. But there have always been sort of suspicions, questions around these bloodless arrests. How did he come by with the intelligence that he was able to arrest the same rogues that have evaded the radar of the Nigeria intelligence units that have declared them wanted for months? We did not know Abba Kyari, the special Robocop of Nigeria, so much. So people started pouring accolades. From left, right, and center, he became a celebrity cop. But there is always more to Abba Kyari. How did he come by those arrests? Well, we found out later, because Abba Kyari is a friend with the world, or let me put it this way, Nigeria's #1 internet fraudster called Poppy. He worked as an intelligence officer for Poppy, and he also helped Poppy to help tame other fraudsters who might want to be tampering with his business with other clients that is scamming. A police officer that is meant to be arresting criminals, he was in bed with fraudsters. Not just that. FBI told us the role he played. And some people felt like, so you don't even know him before. Or, Abba Kyari, an ogbologbo extortionist, an ogbologbo kidnapper, an ogbologbo organ harvester. So you don't even know him. I said, okay, why didn't you tell us all this before FBI? They said, don't worry, you will know him better. Okay, tell us. How? Then we figured out that you remember NSAS. You participated, didn't you? Right. The origin of SARS and the atrocities of SARS that led to the NSAS was from the same person, Kyari. There is this special terror squad called SARS. Special Anti-Robbery Squad was their name. But that wasn't their job. They became the armed robbers themselves. They became the kidnappers themselves. How? Well, remember they were supposed to be police officers. And they have access to intel, information about everyone. Banking information, business information, property information, who you are, whoever they want to, they can have all the information on you. Now, what were they doing with those? Including information on criminals, shady businessmen and women. So what were they doing with those information? Were they clearing the streets of them? Were they jailing those they knew have always been career criminals? No. They, in fact, they opened shop on them, starting with SARS, who, instead of going after armed robbers, violent criminals, they decided to begin to disguise in mufti, unmarked uniforms, or let's say not uniforms, so just civilian dresses in an unmarked vehicles, and they can just park anywhere, pick anyone randomly, and start asking them for money. If you don't pay them what they demand, listen to me, you are a goner. Your family may never find you again, because this guy was given the total authority. I'm talking about total control to do anything, including the right to kill. If they kill you, all they have to do to justify it is that you were an armed robber. They were trying to apprehend you. You opened fire on them, so they shoot and kill you. That's it. Simple and short. And it will never be questioned, or there will never be any investigation of that. In fact, your family members would have to run away, or else they will be turned into the ATM machine. Now, I'm telling you all of this because these were the frustration that led to the national and international protest called End SARS, which also in itself led to the extrajudicial killing of innocent, harmless people by Nigeria. The genesis of that and the perpetrator of that, the leader of that gang, is no other person than Abba Kyari, the super cop. Well, FBI said is involved in international fraudulent scheme, established contact. Abba Kyari, what is your relationship with Hush Puppy? He said, Hush Puppy, like I told you, he became a celebrity cop, a celebrity policeman. On Instagram, he was a celebrity, all that. Well, he said he met Hush Puppy because Hush Puppy saw his Instagram photo where he was donning a kaftan, and Hush Puppy wanted those kaftan. That's why Hush Puppy sent him money. No, that wasn't why. It was sent money to help them arrest someone that Hush Puppy felt like was interfering in his business of scamming somebody, a client. That was his involvement, but that wasn't all. Now, he was wanted in America. Hush Puppy has been arrested in Chicago jail. But there's this one Abba Kyari that needed to go to America. Then, surprisingly, surprise, the Nigerian government that gave him the free hand to arrest, to incarcerate, and to kill at will, unquestioned. Now they found something. Hush Puppy, Abba, Hush Taylor, Kyari is not just a wanted 419 kingpin. He is, in fact, a drug lord. Yea, even a drug lord, more and more like grounded than Pablo Bola Tifnumbu, the Bobo Chicago, the Kolu that is about to be your president as well. Super Cop of Nigeria Police Force is also a drug runner, a drug lord. How? They said they have been investigating him. NDLEA, cocaine and meth. The story no really clear. But there is a video where Abba Kyari was collecting money, right? And at the same time, telling the same NDLA officer that he could help him dispose of those drugs and give him powder to replace it as evidence in the evidence room. So Abba Kyari will not be going to America again because Abba Kyari is a drug dealer, a very, very big one. And if you remember very well, under this APC, Egbekegbe, right, surprisingly, right, there is a surge in drug abuse in northern Nigeria, in western Nigeria, in eastern Nigeria, in fact, all over Nigeria. Young people have now been exposed to different dangerous drugs. And you will be wondering, who were those peddling them? Who were those moving them? Abba Kyari was involved. That was what the NDLA told us. No wonder they started telling us that, you see, Abba Kyari knows all of the criminal leaders, the criminal gang, the underworld criminal gangs in Nigeria. Because if you are a kidnapper, if you want your business to succeed, you need to connect with Abba Kyari. If you are a 419, you need to connect with Abba Kyari. If you are a internet fraudster like a Yahoo boy, you need to connect with Abba Kyari, or else you are a gunner. If he arrests you, collect your cars, collect your house, collect all your money. If he's not satisfied, they will kill you and remove your kidney and sell off your kidney or your organ. I'm not joking. This is how much. Because when Abba Kyari arrests you, it doesn't take you to police station. If Abba Kyari takes you to police station, they had a separate register for him in every police station all over Nigeria, north to south to or east to or west to wherever. If Abba Kyari team take you to any police station anywhere in southern Nigeria, they don't lock you up with other criminals. They put you in a separate cell, which is meant for Abba Kyari, because you are a commodity. If the raw money doesn't come out, you are under Abba Kyari's kidnap group called SAC or SARS. Those who have experienced them, those who live to tell the story, they will corroborate what I'm telling you right now. They became so deadly, right? So if you want to run any business, if you are into oil bunkering in Nigeria and you don't belong to the generals, Kaba and the rest of them, then you don't know Abba Kyari very soon. Abba Kyari, because other bunkerers will tell them about you, will tell Abba Kyari about you. That was how Abba Kyari arrested Evans, the kidnapper. There was no fight. There was no nothing. The fellow kidnappers told him, listen, Lagos operation. Now Evans, they run am. The guy, they even the small business for us. Abba Kyari, you won't make a name? We can tell you where Evans is. That was why they said, Evans said, the day Abba Kyari came to arrest him, Abba Kyari told him, and in front of Abba Kyari showed him all the money he has, all the money he has in bank account. He showed him the bank account of his wife, his children. He showed him the, visas on the passports of his family. He showed him the houses that Evans has in Lagos, the one he has in eastern Nigeria. He showed him everything, and people around there, Evans, and he said, I'm going to take everything from you. And I'm going to what? I'm going to kill you. You are mine. I own you. And he said, if you want me to let you go, you will need to pay me 5 billion naira. That was what Evans said. The moment Evans couldn't pay 5 billion naira, Abba Kyari called camera and everybody. Breaking news. Super Cop arrest Evans kidnapper. And when they ask, for years, they ask Abba Kyari to come and give evidence of Evans kidnapper. They said all of these years that Evans kidnapper has been in custody, all his properties, landed properties, money, everything gone. Today, evidence to prove that Evans kidnapper is a kidnapper, apart from the eyewitness, which is the principal witness, Abi, all the proceeds of kidnapping that they said Evans has accumulated, many of them, they have already been taken over by Abba Kyari and his boys. I'm not making this up. That's true. That is out there if you really want to know. Same thing with Wadume. So the whole thing started making sense when NDLEA, and their video, and the communication in that video, right, show that Baba etikolete shoe. The moment you are carried away by the frauduria Nigeria, every other scam will be falling upon one another. Just like when this came up, they said, Maiyegun, listen, now the effort to make sure that Abba Kyari will not be sent back to America. Who do you think has been providing all these organs for politicians and the rest of them? Who are those who are kidnapping young people in the name of arrest, and they are not allowed to contact their families? Why are those police stations in Nigeria? When you have police station, you also have abattoirs beside it. Abattoir is where they torture you, right? And if they figure out that you have nothing to give, they can easily sell off your organs. I'm not making this up, man. Ask people who have witnessed them. If you go to a place called Okuzu SARS in Anambra. If you go to a place in Abuja called Abattoir, those who went into the place, they will tell you the moment you get in there, you are not going out of this place alive. You are not different from somebody who has been kidnapped. You will not have any access to any lawyer, forget it. You will not have access to any of your family member, forget that. The only thing you have opportunity to have access to is if you have something to negotiate with. This was part of what triggered the SARS protest, by the way. So they said, Maiyegun, they are trying to keep him Okuzo SARS. And those that they dumped in the Osu, is it called Osu or Olu River? Abi Olu River. Please remind me, because you know me, I don't know much about Biafra and the places except for what I read and, I remember. Young people that they killed and they dumped them in a river by the policemen in that part of Nigeria. SARS. Hoji River, God bless you. They were killed by police because whether they were, they are being tortured and they gave up. They killed them. Some of them, they removed their organ while they were still alive. Eyewitnesses, they will say, you will be hearing. They will say, well, they hear them. Oh yeah, carry them, made them go pick bean, and made them go pick in Nigeria. In Nigeria, yeah. If you are locked up in any police station, and you hear that around it's always mostly around 11 p.m. in the evening, they will say they are picking people to go and pick litters. Oh yeah, they will choose people inside those cells. They will say, man, this whole place is too congested. Let us decongest this cell. Oh yeah, you, come out. They will ask you to go and pick litters. Then what you'll be hearing next is that Mama mo, pa. They are executing them. That is so common in Nigeria. There are particular police in Nigeria that were given that right to do that. Extrajudicial killings in Nigeria. Abba Kyari became so supreme leader in that regard. So they said, no, we are not taking him to America. Because if he goes to America, he's going to be in jail for a minimum of 20 years without parole. Hush Puppy stole from over 2 million Americans. And therefore, everyone who helped him to do the job, right? If you are an accomplice and they are so kind of lenient to you, you will be in jail for 20 years. Abba Kyari did a lot of dirty jobs for the people who are currently jailing him in Nigeria, because they who jail him right now in Nigeria, they can release him tomorrow and said everything they said about him is not right, it's wrong. And they can put him back in his police post. Remember, they suspended him. You will be surprised that the same people who said they suspended him and put him in jail, they will reinstate him and they will pay him back every penny of his salary, as they claim, all at that time, just to prevent him from being taken to America. Okay, whatever that is, whatever value Abba Kyari has, it is working. yesterday, a court in Nigeria ruled that because Abba Kyari is facing allegation from Nigeria NDLEA for drug and drug smuggling, he cannot be extradited to America for now. He needs to face that case until that case is over. So which means all they have to do is what? Release Abba Kyari. Tell him not to travel to some places. Don't go this place, don't go to that place. So, right? And they will say, because the case is in court, he's not guilty. So what else do you want them to do? Until the court says he's guilty now, they will restate him back. I'll give you an example of who they did that to. Do you remember Zachary Biu? Do you remember a man called Zachary Biu? Right. Now, there is an officer in Nigeria, police or Nadia DSS. His name is Zachary Biu. He was accused, or let me say, he was dismissed from the Nigerian police or so because of his corruption, bribery, and every other things that they accused him of. Under Goodluck Egberejo, I think. Now, you know what happened? Yeah? At some point, Zachary Biu, Officer Zachary Biu, surprisingly, a court just said his suspension was wrong, even though he confessed to the crime back then, and he accepted his confession when this APC, they said, go and fight it. So he fought it. And guess what? A court said his suspension or whatever is a dismissal was wrong. Okay, his fundamental human right was reinstated. Therefore, all his entitlements were also paid. It didn't last long ago. A year after that, guess what happened? Zachary Biu was the one they put in charge of Kabiru Sokoto, the Madala Christmas Day bomber that killed over 52 people in Abuja. Do you remember that? Kabiru Sokoto, well, I bet that sounds familiar, doesn't it? That is Kabiru Sokoto. Guess who was the officer that was protecting or that was put in charge of Kabiru Sokoto to be guiding him in their custody? Guess who? You guessed right. Zachary Biu. So, they will always have that leverage because the dirty job that you might see them do and get away with, none of them, or let me say all of them, are sanctioned by the same people who promised you safety in Nigeria. So today, the power that be, they have done it. Abba Kyari will be in Nigeria. Very soon, you will see him wearing the police uniform again. If you are doubting me, ask me, where is Maguluta Crook? Maguluta Crook, the former EFCC chairman. The one, that they said, hey, they take is a no-nonsense. Only for us to figure out that later is, in fact, the crooked of the crooked you can think of. Talking about those fighting, the crooked. Maguluta Crook, the former EFCC chairman, we found out later that all of those returned loot that they keep telling us APC, Egbekegbe was recovering back. Return loot were being relooted by Maguluta Crook, Malamu, and every one of them in that kitchen that they call the kitchen cabinet of Bokuwari. Remember that? Houses they collected from the looters of Nigeria. Maguluta Crook and his friends, they converted them to their own. They sold off those they could sell off. Listen, and they were making deals. Bank account balances were being emptied by Maguluta Crook. When they told us that Maguluta Crook was also in the book of Tifnumbu in Lagos. And that was not good for the permutation of the Malamu gang inside the Bokuwari's kitchen. They decided to sacrifice Maguluta Crook. Magu was called to the ass old rock in Abuja. I bet Bokuwari was probably passed out on whatever morphine or whatever they gave to him, painkillers for all he was going through then. Magu was locked up in a room and they told him, it's over. We heard that you are working for Tifnumbu and our plan for Tifnumbu no good. You go hinder him. Eh? So you need to go. Magu wanted to fight. They told him you can't. Your friend that is helping you to sell the properties of the thieves, we know about all this. Yeah, we do. But what happened here is this. You will be tried inside the Asshole Rock. Asshole Rock became a court where Maguluta Crook was tried. And then his trial and the result of his trial was announced. Maguluta Crook has been suspended as EFCC chairman and removed. And somebody called Bawa will take over from him. Okay, if Maguluta Crook has violated his own oath as EFCC chairman, he's a thief. Why do you have to give him a secret trial? Why do you have to take him into a bedroom? It is the Malamu way. Malamu doing his own thing. Just a few months after, they also announced Maguluta Crook has been reinstated into the police. His rank reinstated. In fact, he's promoted. All of his salary paid. Maguluta Crook is no longer EFCC chairman, but he's also a police officer in Nigeria. End of story. The abracadabra on this Abba Ostelo Pablo Escobar drug dealer Kyari is indeed in the same context with what APC Egbekegbe represents. So talking about politics of Nigeria, the politics of ethnic, the politics of tribe, the politics of religion, the politics of vile aids, and everything you can think of. More ingredients that you will never find in anything called nation building. Anyway, as it is right now, to some of the people who actually knows through the ping pong game that the political class always play. In this case, remember when these guys went to meet themselves in London? Yeah, I don't think that is in any way working well as we speak, okay? Because the man they met in London, Werewike, has something to say in this regard. I think I'll start with this. When Werewike got back to Nigeria, he said this.
You have heard what the leader of our delegation had just said. There's nothing special about it. We met with the presidential candidate of All Progressive Congress. We met with our leader, former president of Nigeria, Chief and the presidential candidate of the Labour Party. We also met with our own presidential candidate. And now I can say confirm this is the first time as a team we are meeting with the presidential candidate, so you can see all those rumors and this and that. But for whatever it is worth, like I said, consultation is ongoing. What we're talking about, like I said, is the interest of the...
Right. So that was when he got back and he said, well, we have consultation. I met with APC presidential candidate. He's a PDP member himself. And we all know that in PDP, this is more or less like the relationship as it feels like right now. They are waiting. That in what Yoruba calls therein, right? However, to prove that more, today, Werewike is no longer taking it. I mean, it was meant to be a peaceful thing. They met for the progress of this or that, but it's not about any progress of anybody. If you are being deceived, I'm asking you to stop deceiving yourselves now, okay? Because you see, in the real context of it, right, it's about themselves. Now, if you want to understand better, Werewike back in Nigeria had, let me see if I still have that clip. One sec. Listen to this.
It's not every day you carry a potato stomach. You begin to... Anybody who is patient in life will see the benefit. Not those that are on throat will never allow them. Every small thing, they jump here. Every small thing, they jump there. Those of you who have been faithful, who have been committed, remain resolute for the interest of Rivers State. You will always benefit from your father. The only thing you can get is to go and sell your people. You come back empty-handed. Mark it. I was watching television yesterday when they went to Kano to receive Shakara. Fine. I saw one rapist from Rivers State. A rapist from Rivers State. Now, sitting at the back, where he went to join them to receive Shakara. But ask him, how many people have you made to join your party in your state? You have gone to receive somebody somewhere, but you have not made effort to receive other people to join your own party in your state. You like when food is ready, you go. But you to cook the food, you will not be prepared to cook the food. It's where people have cooked, you go and eat. But you cook your own, you will not cook. As people who want the party to win, or who want their own candidate to win the election, what role are you playing in your state to make sure your party wins election? How many people have you been able to galvanize, mobilize them, for them to leave the other parties and join your party? That is to show you are committed, you are willing and ready to make your party to win the election.
That's not, no, that's not all, okay? There's another part. This time around, you know him now, like where he talks, right? He's talking about somebody not carrying their potato stomach, right? Pot kettle black.
Anybody who is patient in life will see the benefit. Not those that are on throat will never allow them. Every small thing, they jump here. Every small thing, they jump there. Those of you who have been faithful, it's not every day you carry your potato stomach. You begin to move with people as a houseboy. But come and give vote in your own state to make your candidate to win the election. It's not to go to Abuja and begin to gossip, say all kinds of things. Come home and mobilize. Let us see the capacity you have. Operation Deliver your polling unit. Operation Deliver your ward. Operation Deliver your local government. That's what politics is all about. It's not following people up and down. When they are stabbing picture, you put your head like this, so they will see you. I've never seen people who think that you can be relevant by following people. Then when they are snapping, you put your head like this. What is your role? How did they treat you? What is your contribution there? Nothing. Anywhere any reverse man, any true reverse man is, you must show that you are important. You must show that you have something to offer. Don't go and begin to do as a houseboy. We are not known to be houseboys. We are not known to be that. So all of you, continue to show that you are.
Well, it's just to let you know that the chicken has come home to roost. Maybe it's coming home to roost, they will say. But there's somebody who actually knows how to answer Wiki. And guess where that person comes from? Kano. This guy.
Because of your performance in Kano, and since you know that two of us are doing the same thing, it's good for you to support me.
Aspiring to be the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, well, I foresee good efforts At the end of it, you will lose, but you will be a good loser. Good loser.
I think that's the guy who can actually, they are the ones who know, they know everybody's size. As long as it's Nigeria, you may look at them and say, this one, Malam, this one, you are deceiving yourselves. It's Nigeria. People do say something. For those who have said, especially all of you living outside Nigeria, Abroadian Nigerians. I know some of you mean well, by the way. We need diaspora voting to get rid of all this kind of mess. They know they can never buy the diasporans. They should let us, some of you don't know that. You see all the good ideas that you probably have about how to make Nigeria a livable place, and a reasonable one too. All those ideas, they have been developed inside Nigeria itself. Nobody said that they come from anywhere. But the system of Nigeria is built to reject any kind of innovation or changes that would alter the status quo. The system will rebuff it. Don't think it's a genius thing. If tomorrow they say, oh yeah, diasporas can vote, I'm going to tell you what. Many of you who are thinking of diaspora votes, many of you are from southern Nigeria, living in the West, living all over the place where you believe that it's advanced, this, blah, blah, But one thing you are not possibly paying attention to is this. The moment, if this is done under this Nigeria, as it's currently unitary structured as it is, what you are saying is that Nigeria should please legitimize the Chadians, the Malians, the Nigerians, the Sudanese, the Libyans, and every one of them that they told you that they are Nigerians, even though they are currently not part of that Nigeria by all legal representation. But people who are lived in northern Nigeria, who are still living there, they will tell you, yeah, you do. You've heard about train to Maradi in Niger Republic, Abi? Right. Everybody will be able to come in. You've been asking yourself, some of you said, I have been to northern Nigeria. I don't believe in that population. I don't believe in that figure. Now you would believe in that figure. For real. It will hurt you more. That's why they always say, you need to always be careful of what you are wishing for. If they allow the Nigerians abroad to vote, all these thieving politicians, all these people, and with this arrangement, you should be careful of what you are wishing for. They don't need diaspora voting. They are already voting. You know it. The fake population of northern Nigeria is non-negotiable. You know it. The day-to-day running of Nigeria is considered the responsibility of northern Nigeria first. By what? Because of population that nobody can indeed verify. So I was just there. I was like, you see, I think I should say something on this. Sometimes I remember I was one of those who felt like if the diasporans can vote, many of us will never, ever in any way settle for some of the rogues that you see around there in Nigeria. And that is why the demand for the renegotiation of Nigeria by every ethnic nationality that is part of Nigeria today to decide if they still want to be together under what arrangement should happen as soon as possible if you actually love Nigeria. Or You should just continue living with this mess and this nightmare. And if you see this kind of messages for Yoruba nation, Biafra, let us go and separate. Oh, let us have the autonomous regions. Oh, let us separate. Restructuring and all of that. You see, messages like this are the messages from mostly Southerners who have seen through the complicated forced union called Nigeria. And their own way of maybe escaping it is to what? You know what? Let's do this, let's do that. And restructuring are the politically correct version of let us break up Nigeria. When people want to be politically correct about the breaking up of Nigeria, they will say, let us restructure Nigeria. Why are they saying that? People want to detach themselves from this forced union, which is also the forced and shared misery, shared terrorism, shared intentional underdevelopment. All this can stop if we let everybody handle their own affair in their own way. And that is what? That is an indirect way of breaking up of Nigeria. Do you know why the messages sells more? Or why the message, why the people abroad are sold on the message for let us go our separate ways? It's because they are mostly from southern Nigeria who have seen through the lies. And somehow, if they are given an opportunity to make a difference or changes to the state of Nigeria today, they would never settle down for this arrangement. And not settling down for this arrangement makes them think, if we have to use election, to change our lives, oh yeah, people abroad should be voting. Do you know that Nigerians are Nigerians, they told you. Shadians and then you will realize that as all of you are still using grammar to tear yourselves abroad, debating who is good, who is not good, one command. By the time all of you in America, your vote landed, they say the vote from America, 6 million. 2 million for party A, 3 million for party B, 1 million for party C. Those one from America say, hey, all of them from the UK, from Germany, from this, from that. By the time all of your votes are coming, 100,000, 50,000, 120,000, this and that, you will now have to wait for your fellow Nigerians, voters from Libya, from Chad, from Niger, from Mali, from Mauritania, from Mauritius, from everywhere. Then you begin to hear Chad. From Chad alone, you go to see voters of 4 million. Say, hey, 4 million Nigeria, they Chad. What is the population of Chad? They say, continue asking questions. Go Chad, go find out. Voter from Mali, 3.8 million, one person. Now, that one, they go to party A, party B, party C, forget which party. If na party A, they say party A, 4 million APC from Chad. 7 million APC, Libya. I say, what's the population of Libya? Now, Libyans, they vote. Say, what do you expect? They have the vote, they register to vote. So you should be very careful of what you wish for. All of us, we did this Western world. Sometimes, because you have stayed away for too long. That is why some of you are beginning to feel like geniuses, providing solution to Nigeria problem. And most of your solution, if you don't know, they are laced with your own experience, which is that you are a Southerner or you have lived in the West, and you think your smartness is how they do it back there. It is not. As we speak, they won't even let themselves campaign. That's their politics, by the way, and that's how they run it. Take a listen to this from Lagos.
Hello.
Good afternoon.
Hello, good afternoon.
Yeah, sorry, please, I missed your call.
Yeah. My name is Oloye from Ekpe.
Okay, sir.
Yeah, sorry, I want to make inquiries about your billboard in Ayetoro.
Okay.
So, how much is it? And how available is it?
Well, for now, it's available.
Okay.
It's 4 million per annum.
4 million per annum.
Yes, sir.
So
What brand are you putting on it?
It's for politics anyway.
Politics.
Yeah.
What party?
Labour Party.
Labour Party.
Yeah.
I'm not sure we're gonna accept
Why?
Labour Party. Well, we have internal control issues from Lagos State signage.
Okay.
And it's becoming serious issue.
So internal control in what way?
Like they are not giving us room to advertise other parties.
Aside from
APC.
Oh, that's an obnoxious one now.
Yeah, we all know. We all know. Even the governorship aspirant for PDP came on the air to give his view as regards the terrible state of things as regards that.
That's fun. That's a funny one.
It's not a good one at all. We all understand what it is, but they control what it is. So it's also giving us issues seriously. It's giving with the practitioners issues seriously.
That's their politics. And like I told you, right, in Nigeria, if you want to understand Nigerians very well, if you are a Nigerian, you should confirm this or you should fight it, because as a typical Nigerian, I believe that sometimes when it doesn't sound good, even though you know it's true, you would rather just put up a fight. No. Maiyegun, that's not true. It's all right. Just calm down. Just calm down. Nigerians are mostly, right, not really bothered if something is happening and it hasn't really happened to them. Or you see, the moment they experience that injustice as much as it is, right, Nigerians, they will become the loudest that moment. And that's what Nigeria is. However, if they cannot, or let me say, if they are in bed with the perpetrators of that act, and that thing hasn't happened to them as well, right? It's the same thing. They will stand up to use all manner of excuses to excuse away that thing, even if they are looking at the victim right here in your eyes. They look at you face to face. And if they cannot divert or, let me say, deflect you out of what they are trying to force on, then they'll start blaming you, start questioning you. Like, what do you mean? Why is it this only place that this will happen or not? Don't worry, I'll tell you what I mean. Nigeria and the Nigerian politicians, put it this way, Nigerian politicians and those who follow them, right? Most of the time, as they said, that they choose the side of their oppressors, or they are not really angry or not really against oppression and every other thing that we might have associated with their oppressors as well, right? They are not always like against that, as long as they are the one doing the oppression, or they are not the one receiving at the receiving end of that oppression as the victim. Then they will stand up and defend that terror called leaders. I shared a video about people making their daily living from dump sites. I'm talking about from Akiton, where you refuse dump. Yeah, put it that way, refuse dump. And among the people that came to wow, like ambulance, so surprised, pretending to be surprised, you know, like Nigerians, they can pretend to be surprised too. Meanwhile, they know all this. I'll show you the video before I say something. Watch this video and I'll tell you what I want to say.
Oh, the road. So what else goes on?
Ebu yẹn ó ti wọnú ètò.
Kíni yẹn ó máa pa kíni tó ṣe gangan nísàlẹ̀ ó máa pa wọn.
Now, those are the people that Nigeria politicians called the real voters. So I shared that video on social media on MaiyegunSDiary Politico. Like, man, this is not good. I know many of you watching that video there. If you are not in Nigeria, I can only imagine how you are feeling watching that. Now, that video is just about 2 days ago. It's not old. 2 days ago. Okay. So people, and that's not new. You know, it's not new as well, right? When we're growing up, it has always been like that. And that's Lagos, by the way. That is Lagos, the mega city. So when I shared that, right, I came under attack, as usual, from the Lagos Abobakus. So I did something among those who are like, I dare know dump sites where you are living in Scotland. I dare know people who are also working in the dump site. I dare know people who are doing this and that here where you live in. And I'm like, okay, fine. If you have never left Nigeria in your life, okay, I will probably not blame you everything. I won't really blame you much. So I started looking at those people speaking and saying those things. Do you know what really got to me? I found that almost half of about 12 people under that video who came to abuse me, they ignored the whole thing. They just abuse. So this Maiyegun is the enemy of progress. What is the big deal here? All the people you see in that dump site, they are millionaires. Many of them are millionaires. They are making millions from that dump site every day, blah, blah, blah. You know, they are saying all those. Among them, right? You won't believe it. At least 7 of them, of about 13 comments I actually paid attention to, 7 of them, they were not living in Nigeria. Do you know what? 2 of them lives in the UK. 3 among them lives in America. They are probably watching me right now, right? And guess what? All of these 7 comments, they were Yorubas. To them, me posting that video is an attack on their leaders in Nigeria who have told the world that they have turned the whole place around. Everyone is fine, everybody is fine. Don't listen to all these people shouting on social media. But do you know what really got to me? This particular 5 people, they are not living in Nigeria. They are living in America and UK. I live in the UK. The one that said, are there no dump sites in your Scotland, dear? That you will come on social media and be posting nonsense. He lives in the UK. And he knows that you will never find anybody, right, in the dump site, anywhere in the UK, picking the site, looking for something that they can then live on, something to sell so that they can live on. In fact, our dump site in the UK is where, our dump site in the UK here, I don't know about America, and I believe it's almost the same. Our dump site, refuse site in the UK, serves as the business link for some of your electronic furniture businessmen, second-hand furniture sellers in Nigeria. Do you know why? Because the reason why you will see many of us at the dump site, a big one like that is never opened that way, right? Is because we are going there to dump our unused refrigerator, television, couches, hoover, iron, all those things that we chose that we will not probably use them anymore. Not because they broke, but because we have no place for them. They've been replaced. Where do you take them to? You take them to the dump site. That's when you will see people with their with everything in a dump site. Not because they want to go there to go and look for their daily bread, but they live in the UK. You know, the one that actually, then that same person, right, now went on and said, look at, it was, I shared my picture, right? And he copied my picture and he brought it under that same post. He said, look at this Maiyegun that all of you are listening to, right? You know me, I wish I have skins. I actually wish I'm so big, but I can never be, right? In order to push back at me, he said, it is either that Scotland is a very, very tough place for this Maiyegun. He must be so hungry. Look how skinny he looks. Look how tiny he is. That is the person that all of you are listening to. That's their own definition of getting back to me, because I felt like, how could this still be happening in Yoruba land? For real. I'll show you the video again. He said, look at the Maiyegun. Look at him. Is he maybe he's even like well, he didn't say maybe. He said, we can see that your Scotland does not even pay you. You look so hungry. I look hungry. To Lagos Abobaku, I am hungry, according to them. But guess what? When I saw this video, the only thing that came to my mind was, how many of these Lagos Abobakus, how many of you, the Abrodian Buhari idiots, how many of you will be so proud to get your family members to pick up a survivor job at this location? That's when they glorify poverty. They tell you poverty is good. But for somebody living abroad, in fact, Ekpe Nushe.
Oh, the road. So what else goes on?
Ewu yẹn ó ti wọnú ètò.
Kíni yẹn ó máa pa, kíni tó ṣe gangan nísàlẹ̀, ó máa pa wọn.
Isn't that cringy? As a Yoruba man or woman watching me right now, this is not supposed to be new to you, okay? Right? Probably you've always been like driving past all those dump sites, open dump refuse sites, transmitting different kind of, God knows, whatever into the air that people actually inhale. And there's no real healthcare system, no health insurance, nothing to help those who are going to be you need to go to so many areas like that, right? And these are the people that they have been left on their own. They are only useful, valuable whenever there is election. If you say anything otherwise, right, then you are likely going to be an enemy of progress, because those people in the book of Nigerian politicians or Yoruba politicians in Yoruba land, those people are living the best of their lives. And when I checked the statistics, it broke my heart that in Yoruba land, we are living on the old glory. Old glory that they told you then that the Yorubas are rich, Yorubas are this, we can feed ourselves, all those things they were telling you. In fact, most cases they will tell you, Alimajiris are in the north. They are begging for this. They are coming to down south to beg and all of that. It will shock you. The Yorubas have now fallen under this democracy. More Yorubas have now turned into begging. Many people are now unable to afford their own medical bills anymore. They are dying in that Yoruba land. Yeah, hunger is everywhere, and it is so obvious as well. They said that the statistics now shows that many Yoruba states and communities, their life and everything they live on today is not different from the people from the war-torn Zamfara, Borono, Niger, and all these places. It go shock you. I saw that today and I'm like, God forbid bad thing. Because it can only get worse. Trust me, it can only get worse. I'll stop here, take a few calls if I can, and then somebody was asking me what is the next thing now for the Yoruba nation. No, the Yoruba nation is still on course. There's always going to be a next thing. All of these are part of what put to test. Do people really want this to happen? And the campaigners for the independence of the Yoruba people from outside, from Nigeria, as you can see, right? It is their consistency that is going to answer your question. What is next? Nothing is changing. In fact, if you agree with me, right, I would say it is probably because never giving up a spirit of everyone asking for this legitimately now, even though the odds is staked against us. The people have been turned, divided, and today we face more rejection from those who are supposed to actually carry this as their own mandate, Yorubas themselves. So if you ask those who are mostly against the Yoruba nation or independence of Yoruba or the autonomy of the Yoruba people from current contraption called Nigeria, which will open the doors of more development opportunities and self-rule, so to say, if you check those who are against it, who are really against it and will do everything to prevent it from happening, they are not Igbos, they are not Hausas or Fulanis, Northerners or Easterners or South Southerners, whatever you. They are Yorubas, and they are investing a lot of money in ensuring that this never happened. Yoruba nation will never happen, according to them. So if you have anyone to look into, I'll ask you to look into our own selves and read the comment, read the room. You will realize that the divided criminals themselves are more desperate these days, and they will do more, which is simply because whatever they thought they've done before now seems to have failed them. It is not making people to back down. And in fact, as they are doing their best to buy everybody onto their side, right? Because nobody can really convince any real Yorubas that their safety and future or progress or what have you is in the hand of Nigeria, and Tifnubu represent that. It's becoming a big thing, seriously. And since this election is going to be like their do or die, whatever, as usual, now they are not leaving any stone unturned. Everyone they suspect, everyone they believe that could contribute to that setback for them, they will go for them. And now is that time. So if you're looking for anybody, if you're looking for anything to give you that assurance that what is going on and then I think still on track, then look at all their actions, their desperation, the bribery, the blackmail, and every other thing that goes into them trying to discourage you from asking for the renegotiation of the contraption called Nigeria, or the total breakup of it, to free the people, free the chippies from this fraudulent arrangement that has brought us nothing but agony, anguish, poverty, backwardness, and now terrorism. So if you ask me what is next, I'll tell you this. It is now better for you if you have never believed that it is possible, and it's in fact a good thing for the Yorubas to be in charge of our own affair. If you never believed in it, I'm asking you, right, to start doing so, because those who thought they could bury that idea, you might think that asking for Yoruba nation to these people is inconsequential. No, you are not thinking then. If you are really thinking, you will understand how much is going into trying to discourage it, derail it, and indeed kill it if possible for now. Now they haven't been able to succeed. The next couple of days, weeks, and others are going to be really crucial into what they have in stock. So if there's anything at all, we should be more united than ever, now than ever. we should believe in ourselves more than ever. And we should support ourselves more than ever. Be ready, be available, and do not be absent. Do not join those who are going to abscond or distracted as it is right now. We know there are campaigns out there. People have been distracted. People have been taken out. People have been made to pledge loyalty to two options. It used to be one. And that singular one that they believe could save or could actually make a difference. A Yoruba sovereign nation, right? Many of those who said that yesterday are now having a second one. So they succeeded in all of that. So if there's anything at all that we have left for us right now that should be working for us, it's us holding on to ourselves. There will be more to come to get everyone scattered. But if you are not prepared for it, it's going to happen. But if there is only one person, let's put it this way, if there is 1,000 people or 1 million people still believing that it is the right thing for the Yorubas to collectively demand for the renegotiation of this arrangement of contraption called Nigeria, for the sake of our own children, our future, right? If 1 million people remain in this struggle, I'll be one of them. Listen, if 100,000 people remain asking for this legitimately, genuinely, I will be one of them. Now, if 100 people remain asking legitimately that it is the right thing to do, to demand collectively that Yorubas can stand and be on our own, yes, I would be one of them. And listen, I know we are many. If there are only 10 people that are left in this whole thing, trust Maiyegun, I will be one of them. Again, if it's all come to naught and there's only one person, I will still be in that wilderness like I've always been. Because if you are looking for those who first started the push, that Yorubas should look inward. The shortchanging of Yorubas in Nigeria, as much as in the recent time, on this blogo space, you will find Maiyegun and what I have done in the last decade on this blogo space as well, they will speak for them. So if I tell you that those who genuinely believe that Yorubas deserve it better, if there is no one else, you will still find me. I know it will never remain just one person. Now, that's why I'm asking you, if there's anything left for us to do, it is to what? To begin to believe. If they could spend this fortune, this time, this power, these threats, and everything that is still going to happen, just to discourage you from asking for what is right, rightly yours, in this mismanaged contraption, then that means it is worth it. It is worth something. And if you don't treat it that way, then it will be worth nothing. Not to me, not to my friends. I'll take calls, like I said. I'll take few as time permits. You can call in. Maybe you should tell me something I've missed, right? And when I get back, we can continue from here. So I'll be back. Hello there.
Hello, brother. What's going on, man?
Oh, Larry, how are you, Baba?
Yes, sir. Man, I'm cool, man. How about you, my brother?
Well, I'm still here anyway, so thank you for asking.
Yeah, hi, and how's everyone on the TOT, man? Love y'all, man.
They can hear you loud and clear, and I bet they are cool too.
Yes, sir. Anyways, let's start from somewhere. So, ibi àwọn bàbá ṣe máa ń sọ máa ń ní pé ọ̀rọ̀ lè tóbi tó títí kéèyàn máa fi ọbẹ̀ bù, èèyàn máa bẹ̀rẹ̀ láti ibì kan náà ni.
Ẹnu náà la máa fi sọ.
You know? Yeah, ẹnu la máa fi sọ. So what I'm going to say is, one, with the whole analysis, if Tinubu becomes the president, or more, that's if, because if is probability, when is certainty. And if he becomes the president, right, be sure to know today now that he's going to become the president, he's going to ride on the back of the Yoruba nation people and the campaign to become the president of Nigeria. Right. Those guys, those Hausas, because I'm not telling you that they are Fulani. Okay, I don't care whoever it is says, oh, Hausa yato, Fulani yato. I don't give a heck about that bullshit. Okay, those Hausas are scared of us. They are really scared that we're about leaving, and they want to do everything to make sure that they stop this whole thing. Now, coming to Tinubu, like I said, if Tinubu becomes the president of Nigeria, brother, Yorubas will suffer even more than they are suffering now.
And they will dare
Go and
not
write
talk.
it down.
No, they will dare not talk. It's just like whatever is going on under Buhari.
I swear with my life.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Continue, my brother.
No, that's what I want to say. Like, it's going to be like, Buhari is a northerner. But look at what is going on in the north. What did they do? They just have to keep quiet, or some of them have to what? Defend Buhari against the south, even though whatever everybody is talking about is affecting them more. So Yorubas will have to learn how to be like that too. Is that not what's going to happen? We just have to learn how to keep quiet.
Yes, sir. Mm-hmm. It's going to be so bad for Yorubas that, let me now tell you one thing that my mind told me. It's going to be so bad for us that this bastard called Tinubu is going to adjust the constitution that it will say capital no to self-determination in the future.
Just to
even
put
in the next
put a nail on the coffin finally and say anybody will try and shoot them aside.
Shoot, God bless you. Because now they are trying to readjust it. They don't know how to readjust it. And it is one of us that they're going to use, like they've always used. Because, like I'll always say, we think we're smart. We think we are smart, but looking at it, we are not smart. Tinubu thinks he's smart, but looking at it, he's not smart.
Let me say, the smartest among us are fraudulent. So therefore...
Yeah, well, I mean, even if you are smart, like they say, it's either you're an evil genius or you are a good genius, So, Babangida says, now evil genius, now I should talk, no. And then, looking at the situation on ground now, with this whole thing that Malamu is doing, you will know for sure that Malamu is part of he's the one ruling Nigeria, both directly and indirectly, as it is. Now, I want to say this from Baba Igboho. Baba Igboho should be very wise right now, and he should use his freedom right now to totally set himself free. That word that I just said has some kind of he should be very wise right now to be able to use this freedom that he has to totally set himself free. If not, Nigeria will still call for his head.
They have always wanted his head. It's just that Talon seems to be the one putting a shield for now. But for how long?
Yeah, but my brother, just like you said, he's not Talon is not really a Democrat, right?
And
so anything can happen.
Yes.
Yeah, anything can happen at any time. That is the reason why I said whoever it is that is white will really understand what I meant. Igboho should be very white and he should use his freedom right now to totally set himself free.
Dugbe.
Yes. So, my brother, I'm still going. He should know that tough rebels, at the end of the day, the tough rebels leaders are always being given that later, that shield, that whatever, that protection by their own people that believes in them.
That's right.
That is the reason why I'm using that word. He should totally set himself free with the little freedom that he has now, because he does not still have that total freedom. Okay? And, at the end of the day, rebel leaders and everything, at the end of the day, but by the time Taliban round table, God bless you.
No, they'll
put them on the round table, right?
Because if they cannot get you, eventually they will just have to come for a truce.
Exactly. So it is now or never. And I know, as it is, Baba Igboho is very wise and is smart, but I'm just putting it and I'm pushing it out to him right now that he should sit down and think so well, think so deep, to know that the freedom he has now is not total freedom. He's going to emancipate Yorubas, and we're going to shield him. And at the end of the day, he's going to get total freedom. I hope you understand what I'm saying.
I'm with you, Larry. You hear from others too. Yeah, let me take another one.
Abba Kyari and Nigerian police, they are evil people, and they commit so much atrocities that they don't even care, just like you said.
And they want to get
that's
away.
The reason why that's the reason why you hear me say every time that I do not give a heck for any policeman or any soldier that is being killed or that is being, because they are the ones that are being used against us. They see us as chickens.
Baba, the list is well, thanks so much, Larry. Let me take another one, Baba. Thank you very much for stopping by again. It's good to hear from you. It's been a while.
Same, man.
Nice one, man. So, yeah, I've got another caller on the line.
Let me take another one,
Hello there.
Hello.
Sir.
Hello. Good day, bro.
Yes.
The general. This is Akinola in Houston.
Sir AK from Houston. It's good to have you.
Nice to hear from you today.
It's good to hear from you too.
The one more battalion general.
As always, Ben Baba. Arogumasa. One man battalion. You know what they say is that if you want to know if I have people, if I don't have people, you touch me first, and that's when you know that I do. But I actually don't want anybody to touch me for you, for my people. Not now. So, Elder K, AK from Houston, sir.
Yeah, I've been looking at some of the comments on the lines, and a lot of people abusing one another. And if there is any evidence to show that we are not the same country, we've never been the same country, we're not the same country, this is another evidence.
It is
like it or not, when you go online right now, at least for the people that are online, you will see that if you're from the south east, 95% of the people are started behind Obi. And then you see some Yorubas as well. Some of them, even despite the difficulty, despite the situation, some of them are supporting Tinubu, and you see some northerners who are supporting Atiku. So why can't we just come to? Why can't we come to the table and just say enough is enough for this career? That we're not the same country. Let everybody go their way. It's obvious. It's only blind man that will see Nigeria and say that what the most interesting thing is that a lot of people prefer their own teeth to lead the country.
I know.
You see the Igboho, none of them will talk about the bad stuff that Obi has done. So also the Yorubas. None of them is interested in talking about what Tinubu has done.
Interested. A lot of them are interested in defending all the wrongs that these guys have done, which is true.
Because, and when you look at some of the things that has been going on, there are killings in the Eastern region, but IPOP. I've never seen one day.
Sakiola, there's something I want you, right, not to always say.
Yep.
Okay. When you mention violence in Eastern Nigeria, it is not fair to mention IPOB. That's exactly what they say out there, right? Yeah. The last time you said something similar. It is the impression out there. It is not right. Now, I'll tell you why I said so.
I'm going both ways. Yeah.
Okay, maybe I should let you finish, but I just don't think it's right when we mention violence or whatever is going on in Eastern Nigeria, and then we put, or when we say unknown gunmen, we put IPOB beside that. That is so unfair, and it is not true.
I don't intend to mention any single out any group. That's why any violence going on in the Eastern region.
Because it's always the impression there, and we all know on this platform. You know that we all know on this platform how that rhetoric, how that narrative came to life. We know the story behind it. We know how it all came around. It would be so unfair to sit down when we are making an illustration, right? And then put violence and IPOB the same. I just thought it's not fair, but I'll let you speak, please. Continue.
Yeah. The point I'm making tonight is that I've never seen Tinubu condemn those things that happened about that in any way, in any form. It's as if the Southeastern people are not part of Nigeria. I don't think they are part of Nigeria, except that we keep forcing them to be Nigeria when some of these people actually to have their own country. And the same thing too, I've seen what the violence that has happened in the southwest of Nigeria, where we go to a church, a Catholic church, and we kill more than 50 people that are worshiping. And as we speak right now, there are a bunch of people that are injured that are still in the hospital. Of course. And I look at any country where that will happen, any serious presidential candidate, we go there and hear the people out. We're talking about the law-abiding citizens gather in a church on Sunday to worship. I have not seen Atiku come to a war, and I've not seen Obi do the same as well. So let us just forget about this career that we are in country. We are not
respect our boundaries. You see, all these whole things. Politics have brought about that division. The people who are still preaching unity beggars, are the ones trying to confuse all of us, or those who want to be confused. You get what I mean, sir? Like you started, like the situation in the Eastern Nigeria. Yeah, Angosa, like the situation in the Eastern Nigeria, which has pushed more Easterners to say they want to leave. And the moment Obi came, right? Somehow, many of them as well, they felt like maybe he's probably going to keep them here and then let them be treated as equal Nigerians. We know that Igbos are not treated as equal Nigerians. Many of us know. I'm a Yoruba man. I have a better chance of becoming anything in Nigeria than any Igbo man. Even if that Igbo man is smarter than me, if he's more qualified than me, you and I know that in the scheme of things, as long as it has to do with federal government. Now, Obi being in that position, Tinubu in Yoruba land, like you said, no matter all the atrocities associated with Tinubu and the rest, there are still Yorubas who believe that when it comes to Nigeria, they will still queue behind him. So same thing goes to northern Nigeria, where some people are making choices between, fidel or infidel. You know what I mean now? Those who are religious or not religious. So in that case, we know that northern Nigeria has been kind of being pushed towards this Islamic tenets and all that, with the Sharia law and all that, right? So if all of us want to be very, very honest, like you said, the campaign is coming across as ethnic versus ethnic, tribal versus, all that stuff, right? We can save ourselves all that breath, okay? And let everybody handle their own affair. Obi, deal with Igbo. Tinubu, face the Yorubas and let them decide what they want to do. Atiku and the rest, face the North. And then, I think I get that.
Enough is enough of this. We're not same country.
No.
I tell people, okay, let us assume on unexpected circumstances, Obi become president for 8 years. After 8 years, what happened?
What will happen next?
What happened? Jonathan not president for 6 years. Was Obasanjo not president for 8 years? What happened after the?
So what was going to happen after?
So if we may either think about the 5 people days, the reality is that right from the beginning, I saw Ahmadu Bello condemn the Igbos in 1950. When you listen to that tape, you would think it is that tape yesterday.
And they want to take over everywhere and all of that stuff. So imagine that kind of animosity between tribes as far back as 1958, 59. And they managed to still force the country together 62 years after that or more.
And we're still facing the same thing. Like it or not, it's either we are ready to do the real thing and go to the table. We can be partners with God has put us very close to.
There will be respect. That's what is lacking. For now, nobody respects anyone. In fact, what we have is that we are going to dominate you, or we are more supreme than you, or we are better than you, and all of that stuff. But why? Because Nigeria model everybody up together, okay? So if we all stand out in our different places and all that, we are still going to be friends, neighbors, and all that, business partners, and all that stuff. But there will be respect. Nobody will be bringing cows and say, why do you say I shouldn't bring cow? Am I not Nigerian? So because I have cows now, I'm from the north, you say I shouldn't bring my cow. That's what is bringing all this madness. Saki?
So, and I look again before I drop
all right, sir.
Other people can. The North is implementing Sharia code, and which is very strict to us in the southern part of Nigeria. How we continue to sell our alcohol in the south, and they continue to get the VAT in the north. How can that be fair? I don't mind if they want to implement any code in the north. Let them be on their own.
And fund it.
We be on our own.
If we want to live, if we want to build a country where Western ideas plus a Yoruba culture and everything can blend together and create this kind of beautiful society or country, as long as we are the ones who are going to fund those fantasies as a country. Same thing goes for the North. Same thing goes for Biafra. Biafra, beautiful, this or that, whatever fancy they have in mind, whatever ideas, whatever greatness they dream of, as long as they will fund the whole idea themselves without having to bother anybody. I mean, we should be fine with that, shouldn't we?
Let me give other people to speak,
Maiyegun. So, thank you so much for stopping by. You have a good one, sir. I'll take this.
Without having to bother.
Hello there.
Hello.
Hello, sir. How are you?
Mr. Maiyegun General.
Yes, sir.
Kudos to you.
Thank you very much. So,
there is something that came to my mind.
Tell us, sir.
About this, maybe Hausa, maybe Fulani, cattle, everything. They will say Hausa or Fulani, they like their cattle, they are this, they are that. But I now sit down that, okay, if these people like their cattle, why they bring the cattle to the market to sell to people to kill, to do whether festival or to do party or to do this thing? I don't know whether I'm the only one that is thinking that way.
Did they raise their cattle to be humans that should just grow old and die? So if you dare kill one before then, they have. I get what you mean, sir. It's a big one.
Yeah,
it's the relationship. They probably won't like how their cattle are. You know, the way they go will make them react. But if they sold them, I don't know.
Because if you are selling your cattle to people to kill and eat, and you are destroying someone's farm or someone's land, I don't get it. Mr. Obi and other people, they are traveling all over the world. People are shouting, hey, this is our next president, this is our... But they don't really face the truth by saying this thing is not working. Let us go on our own separate way.
Even to say, let us sit down and look into this thing. Sir, you see, let's even say, now they ask for too much, okay? Everybody knows that Nigeria is not working right now, Abby. Let's say we are the one overreacting. I mean, for them to even say, you know what, this thing is not working, no. This thing is about to break up. Let's call a meeting. Let's call everybody together and discuss. So if we no can reach agreement, we feel break them up. They are not interested. They said this status quo must continue. Anybody against it should be killed or jailed. That's the state we are now. That's our state. Accept it or die.
Go.
That's it.
Yeah, go with apples. That thing just came to my mind that, okay, these people, they are saying cattle. We are here. We see how they are. But that's not the whole scenario. They have something in agenda that we all know that this is their agenda.
Yes, sir.
They want to take your land.
Let me help you.
Yeah.
We now know that it's not about cow. Please, let's all agree now that this whole thing is not about cows or feed. Remember, they said it was because they had no grass, okay, in northern Nigeria. Yes. That is why they are moving their cows down south for where they can find grass, okay? Then people now said, if it's about grass and water, in northern Nigeria, there are irrigation system. Irrigation system is because they don't have rain all the time, but they are still growing food.
Yes.
They are growing food before the Boko Haram came and these terrorists. What were they using? Irrigation from dams to create water, which means they were growing food, growing stuff. They could create ranches. But we found out that it's not about cows. Okay, cows is just the front. It's about lands. Do you know that they have been fighting for the past 5 years to make a law? That law is called the Water Resources Law.
Yes, I heard about it.
Where they will take over waterways and 10 miles from waterways and give the land to Fulani to settle, and their cows can have access to water. And now, you know what I mean?
It's not only me that we concern everybody that have their own house beside the water.
It's not about cows anymore, Kyari. Now, before they use cow.
Thank you, my brother.
But like you said,
thank you.
We are ahead of them and we will resist. And God will help us. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
You have a good one. I mean, it's not about cows anymore. Come on. We all know it's not just about cows. First is to spread fear. The second is to force us to accept the offers they make us. And if we reject them, then we must be ready to pay the prices. Hello there.
Hello, Maiyegun.
Hello,
good
sir.
Evening.
Good evening to you. And good afternoon to you in America. Where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Texas.
From Texas.
I breathed a sigh of relief when you picked my call. I've been tired a couple of weeks now. It's okay.
Thank you, sir. And it's good that you made it. So, you're alive.
Thank you. Welcome, good evening, everyone, wherever you're hearing me from. Good afternoon and good morning, wherever you're hearing me from.
Brilliant.
Let me focus on the subject of our conversation today, because I consider this a conversation.
Right.
When I saw this news and I read the narrative, it brought tears to my eyes. That this is not about Chief Oloye Sunday Igboho. Of course, nobody was expecting Nigerian government to abide by this judgment and credit Oloye Sunday Igboho with 20 billion, just like that. But to now throw the case, nullify the case outrightly, bringing a Fulani judge to adjudicate on our own soil in Ibadan. It is not only a shame or a defeat to, it's not even a shame to do Sunday Igboho. It is a defeat and a shame to the whole Yoruba land. And to the whole Yoruba race. Wherever you are, residing.
It's like a slap.
It's a slap. And let's look at the positive side of this.
Right.
It's how we respond to this, not how we react. It is how we respond to this that matters.
That really matters, yes.
This is a common denominator for all the Yoruba nation self-determination groups. I think how we go from here, how we respond to this will determine whether we are going to have our own nation or not.
We just have to
because if this one,
let go.
Yeah, exactly. And it is also a catalyst for this advocacy for self-determination. So if anybody is unsure of their identity before, this is another opportunity to let them know that, you know what, it's either you're a Yoruba or you are not.
You are either Yoruba or you are not. There's no in between.
You are not. You can't stand on the fence
at this point.
Because this is a slap on the whole Yoruba race. If you are an Abba, if you're a politician, if you are rejoicing over this judge.
Now, go on, sir. All of them are quiet.
They are quiet. And those of us that are outside Nigeria, let me speak to you. Be honest with yourselves. Are you living your dream? Are you living like you have lived in Nigeria, in Yoruba land, in wherever you are living outside Nigeria presently? Don't let me deceive you, sir. I'm close to 50. Just by next year, I'll be 50.
Bless you.
What I do now in my house, I never used to do it in Nigeria. I never used to go to kitchen. And then at any point in time in Nigeria, I had 2 domestic staff. I had a driver. Now, I do house chores.
You know what you just said now, sir. What you just said now.
It's this person.
What you just said right now is that when you ask that question, that they have, you as Yorubas, are you happy where you are now, as it is? Well, you know what I wanted to add to it. You know what I wanted to add to it is that, you know, if you are a Yoruba man, as a Yoruba man or woman, wherever you are right now watching this video, right? Are you happy? Or would you be happy if all you have right now, wherever you are, if you have that same tranquility, peace of mind, and the same thing you have right now in Yoruba land, would you choose the same place you are living right now if you have the same access?
Absolutely.
You know, you're likely not going to. Because, I mean,
absolutely,
you work hard to build a peaceful life that today is no longer peaceful in Nigeria, that you have to go elsewhere where only safety and security is guaranteed. I am with you, sir.
Exactly.
You also remember when I said something about people don't think everybody who live outside Nigeria want to live there. Not be everybody who live outside Nigeria want to live outside Nigeria. In fact, some people prefer to stay back in Yoruba land there and prosper if the opportunity,
absolutely,
or the risk or whatever, the threat to their own peace of mind or safety is no longer there. Sir, I'll let you continue because I have more too in the area of people who want to go back.
So this fight is not the fight of Oloye Sunday Igboho. No. And if he's hearing me, by any chance he's hearing, or somebody is able to tell him.
He's watching, by the way, and I bet he is right now too.
Chief Oloye Sunday Igboho, you are not alone in this.
He's never alone.
You know, success in life is not about material resources. I'm sure you know this.
I do.
Olukorere, Olusojuwura àti fàdákà lọ. Ní Yorùbá land léni o, ní Yorùbá léni o, tó bá ń dárúkọ ọmọ Yorùbá, kì í ṣe àwọn ọmọ Yorùbá àgbà tí ẹ̀yọ̀. Kì í ṣe àwọn ọmọ Yorùbá tó jẹ́ pé ìsàlẹ̀ ọ̀rọ̀ wọn ó lẹ́gbin. Tó jẹ́ pé drug dealing náà ó ní bá. Tó jẹ́ pé àwọn ló kàn sí kì í ṣe bí àwọn náà là ń sọ o. ọmọ Yorùbá tó yẹ pé orúkọ ò lè pa ẹ́ láéláéláéláéláéláéláéláéláé. Oloye Sunday Igboho, you can stand shoulder high.
Yes.
And we are not alone. So this is not a defeat. Laugh it off.
If they come for you, they come for us, and we will respond.
Yes.
We have seen them,
yes.
And now we are preempting them of what they will likely do again. But whatever
exactly,
they want to do,
exactly.
Oloye should know that he's not alone. I love that. I like that.
He's not alone. We are not going to react. We will respond.
We will respond.
Yes. Yeah, a
lot.
So anybody to want to set determination, animosity. This is a slap on all our faces collectively. And we must rally around each other. We must come together. We must hold a meeting and respond to this. And we can also leverage on this.
I'm protecting
now, the managers of Sunday Igboho, they should not just keep him in prison in Benin Republic. Let him be speaking to the outside world through Zoom. Let him be talking to the parliament outside Nigeria. Let him be talking to the representatives. Come as son Yoruba. Come about interpret. So that he can tell his own story. Keep him in Benin Republic and not allow him to talk, leverage on technology to the diplomatic communities outside Benin Republic is an injustice.
On his own.
To this, it's an injustice to this movement. And it's also an injustice to him. Free is moving around.
It is called
it's not.
That's what we currently
exactly.
It's a state arrest, and then it can't be off the radar of the man who said they should free him, and the man who said they should free him can say they should take him
so
back
we can
anytime.
we can leverage on technology, sir, to make his voice more louder
and stronger,
and also making the voice of the movement also louder and stronger. Oloye Igboho presently is our rallying point. Is our rallying point, is our common denominator that we can rally around
and we must keep it
and advance this movement. If we miss this time around,
we don't know what the shocker will be eventually. So, and it's better prevention. Prevention is better than cure. That's why I decided to do this program.
It's better than cure.
Let us, and I'm glad that
we cannot.
People are also thinking the same way, right? The program tonight is to let us know that this thing that you read is beyond headline news. There is more into it.
It's beyond.
And it's always better for everyone
to
be never to be caught unaware. I'm glad you actually said something on that.
Exactly. So maybe next program, Maiyegun, let's look at the more details beyond this headline.
Yeah.
And how it affects us generally.
We should work more on his protection and the rest of that, especially if it is indeed welcomed. Like you said, he's not alone. We've raised our own alarm. There's a lot that should be going on behind the scene. And I just pray that we are not going to get surprised by any means.
Absolutely.
I don't want their surprises.
Thank you.
So you have a good one. It's good to have you, by the way. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yes, sir. So I have another caller on the line. Here we go. Hello there.
Reduce the volume of that.
Princess.
Yes, good evening, Bob. How are you?
How are you?
I'm fine. How are you?
I am very well. I went to a program over the weekend, Princess, and guess what? Apart from people greeting, Maiyegun, is that Maiyegun? Then we get talking. Then the next person people are asking for is Princess. That Princess, I love that woman. Oh my God! Oh yeah, she is. So they are probably hearing your voice. A lot of them love hearing you every night anyway. So yeah, how are you?
I love them too. I love them very much too. Maiyegun, the last caller made a very good point.
Very, very good one.
I'm just going to add, everybody has made very lovely points tonight. I'm just going to add few things to it. There is something we still do not understand. Nigerians are thinking politicians are their liberators. Do you know why they are thinking like that, Maiyegun?
Tell us. I will say because you are conditioned that way, but you probably will say better. So, tell us.
We have been liberated by people who became politicians. So over time, it's just like the way they taught history in schools. Yeah. Over time, if we don't teach our children ourselves, they will forget some of the things we know as our history, and they will believe Fulanis are Nigerians.
And they will be fed with nonsense. And if
that is it.
They will just be the history.
That is it. So people that have liberated us before became politicians. That's why. Because I don't know why people would think a politician is my leader.
I think I got that. What Princess is saying here is that if you look at many politicians we have today, right? Before now, they used to be good people on the people's side.
Yeah.
So when they became politicians, people were still trusting them, hoping that
like Akiwaju that was behind MK Abiola everywhere.
So you could tell and say, well, I know him. I have known him for a while. If he has a chance, he will do better. Only for them to come back and spank us in the bomb. Sadly.
Baba Oloye was the leader. But he switched into politics. We have had human rights activists who became politicians. So majority of our people cannot differentiate from this. Maiyegun, I have said it severally here. I will repeat that thing again tonight.
Please do.
Tí ọmọdé bá ń sòótọ́, tí àgbàlagbà bá ń parọ́, ọ̀tọ̀ọ̀tọ̀ ni nǹkan tó máa sọ.
That's right.
But tọ́mọ kékeré bá ń sòótọ́, tí àgbàlagbà bá ń sòótọ́, ìkọ̀kọ̀ náà ló máa sọ. Aṣíwájú and the likes of these people are politicians. They are not my leader. If Igboho, if he should cease, to be my leader, I will be able to say it at that time. Igboho might join politics, if Igboho is dropping this struggle, I'm telling you, he will cease to be my leader.
Right away.
So our people do not know when to stop following people or when to. They don't know it.
As the people don't know when to put a stop.
I
always say that most of the time, now our own people, they set themselves up for these people to be manipulated. They are always willing and ready for these politicians to cheat on them. They set themselves up most of the time, don't they? Because they don't know.
They do. Maiyegun, what I am saying right now is this. Politicians are businessmen.
They are. Because politics is business.
The Nigerian people are the commodities.
God will help me bless you, Princess. Tell them.
The danger is this in this situation is not that Akiwaju is unfit to govern. They are all unfit to govern one way or the other. Is it Obi that comes around to talk about the question, to talk about the problem every now and then. See on the solution, see? Maiyegun, NNPC, and then that NNPC you're looking at, they should have a monitoring room. They should know the amount of oil some produce. They should know the amount of vessels. They should be able to see them and monitor all these things.
You are talking about a working country, but we are talking about Nigeria, Princess. Are you sure you are not?
Baba, now, something came out today that if you park a car in your compound, you are owing Lagos State government JTK. The compound that you bought the land with your money. You erected a building on it. You put up a fence in that compound. You generate your own lights when electricity when NEPA is not there. Yeah. You know, you generate your own water. You make your own water yourself. You are a local government in that compound.
Any local government chairman you be.
Baba street don't lead you out. You got by obey show. Don't visit and say, "I'm sorry, 80,000 yearly for parking your own car in your compound."
You're not paying borehole fee because I heard that all of you have been paying that borehole money for a while now.
I don't pay borehole money.
How are you doing it? Because they say
last week.
Yeah.
Hello, madam. Is this a company? Money, yes. Am I talking to Madam Lagwaja? Money, Benny.
Major Jasha.
Major Jedi, Money, meaning. I'm calling you from you paid your tax 2 years ago. You paid 3 or 2 years ago. You paid the last year too, but you have to pay the only time she said 30-something thousand naira. Immediately she said it, I kept quiet. And she was quiet too. So I told her, I asked her that, can I ask you something? She said, go ahead, ma. She could not say anything. Only real to first suffer me, de me for wo. If it will ni bolo only. Jafo ni baba.
Drug keji.
Ma beg if mama bello ko ni remi.
Around everybody lower.
So the thing is this, Maiyegun, the earlier we know we move, the better for us. If not, these people will keep walking all over us. One ni boundary, one ni limit.
No.
So dakini duro. Ogo ki sure anybody. Opolo ta fi ngbe lo, to fi she, no. Ọgbọgbọn tàgbàlagbà fi ń sá fún màlúù táwọn bàbá Kíntóyè àti bàbá kejì ń lò. I'm happy with it. But tó bá gba violence taketh it by force. The wisdom or the kingdom of God suffered violence ni o. Òun la máa fi ṣe o. Òun la máa fi ṣe Maiyegun. Ó dàárọ̀.
It is well. Thank you very much, Princess. So that's the Princess there. Yeah. And this is where I am going to draw the curtains as well. I was supposed to give you some updates, by the way, on what we are currently doing based on our own intervention and all that stuff. But my time is totally out. I'm sorry I didn't start early enough, okay? But hopefully I would be here tomorrow. And I can use that as the end of the month, updating of the... We'll then get to know what we're going to do in September. I just pray that we won't get surprised anytime soon. That will eventually probably put us, out of balance. But I can assure you something, especially what one of my callers said. Whatever happens, we can tell you free of charge that none of us is alone. Igboho is not alone. If he calls out for help, he will know that hundreds, if not thousands, are going to answer right there, right away, in a sec. In this case, I will always be there, not just for him, but for everyone that is facing the persecution of the state-sponsored terrorism, I call it. So thank you so much for spending your evening with me again. And if this is your first time of joining Maiyegun, you can take a moment and still share the broadcast. And if you have already done that, subscribed or shared or like or whatever you, right? I'm going to see you some other time. And if you're just joining us as well, all you have to do is just move this back to 10 minutes possibly, and you can start listening for what we discussed today. So thank you very much, every one of you, and good night from here.
Maiyegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Maiyegun Diary Maiyegun number one. Maiyegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Maiyegun Diary Maiyegun number one. Maiyegun ti dé o ọ̀rẹ́ ará ìlú. Maiyegun Diary Maiyegun number one. Lórí Facebook lórí YouTube. Maiyegun Diary Maiyegun number one. Gbogbo bó ṣe ń lọ ni Maiyegun já wa sí. Maiyegun Diary Maiyegun number one. Àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í bò níbẹ̀ o. Maiyegun Diary Maiyegun number one. Bó bá ṣe eré àní Maiyegun máa wí. Maiyegun Diary Maiyegun number one. Ó sì tún ṣe eré wàá gbọ́ níbẹ̀ o. Maiyegun Diary Maiyegun number one. Maiyegun Diary Politico. Maiyegun Diary Maiyegun number one. Godfatherism kò sí lọ́rọ̀ Maiyegun. Maiyegun Diary Maiyegun number one. Ẹ farabalẹ̀ sẹ́ o kẹgọ́rọ̀ lẹ́nu o. Maiyegun Diary Maiyegun number one. Àní Maiyegun làwa mọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Maiyegun Diary Maiyegun number one. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Maiyegun ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Lórí Facebook. Maiyegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Lórí YouTube. Maiyegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Bọ́ bàbá gbé wúrẹ́. Maiyegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Ijó ìgbádìyẹ. Maiyegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Bí pẹ̀sìdó bá rúfin o. Maiyegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Bí gómìnà kówó jẹ. Maiyegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Ọlọ́pàá tí ń darí bá. Maiyegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Aṣòfin tí ń rúfin o. Maiyegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Òpùrọ́ olóṣèlú. Maiyegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran o. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran. Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ o. Maiyegun ó sọ pé wọ́n ò bẹ́ẹ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀. wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ Máyégún ó sọ pé wọ́n ò gbẹ́bẹ̀ oníkanṣá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe fáwọn ará ìlú tó gbé wọn débẹ̀ o àyè.
Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì ṣùgbọ́n ní má ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Kì máa yí ṣe eré ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀ kì máa yí ṣe eré ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀ ẹni bá ti lè lẹ́bọ̀ lẹ́rù o ọmọ bá dèrò kàṣà ìtú wọn síta.
Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.